Good morning. I'd like to welcome you all to the December 4th meeting of the Mohave County Board of Supervisors.
This item I removed strictly because of the amount of opposition. We've received a lot of emails, and to date, I have an indication that there's 156 people opposed to this, so I thought I would pull it and give those here an opportunity to declare their opposition or support.
And I really don't appreciate the fact that anybody would have the gall to put this in as close as it is to our houses.
A lot of the complaints and the concerns I received, I'm sure the rest of the board received, is about what's emitted from this facility.
They do have some emissions, but nothing to the degree.
But what is being emitted?
NOx and CO2. That's all.
I actually went and stood on that area, and it isn't, I got the impression, that's why I wanted to see for myself, because I got the impression it was kind of like right where the population is, right where the solar panels are, but it's really not.
I don't know where you were standing, but there's rooftops. I don't know where you guys were standing.
I mean, I could hardly even see a rooftop from where I was. I could hardly see the solar panels. It's kind of, and it's true. I mean, you could laugh, but have you been up there? And I really wish everybody would. I think that there's a lot of misinformation that's going on. I have a question, Miss?
Building a low emission, quick start natural gas unit will allow us to control the cost to our members.
But I understand that this is part of the process that MEC will go forward, and during the permitting, everything that, all the information, I mean, it's by law, they have to have public hearings and things like that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it away from the fog.
But I understand that this is part of the process that MEC will go forward, and during the permitting, everything that, all the information, I mean, it's by law, they have to have public hearings and things like that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Without this project, we foresee rolling blackouts, high rates of market costs, and no emergency backup.
So I received information from one of our constituents that a lot of this power is not going on the grid, it's being used just for Mohave County. Is that fact or fiction?
That is absolutely true. No, it's a served Mohave Electric's load in the area.
Okay, and then some of the neighboring residences are rumored to be in Unisource area of service provider.
That is true. Unisource serves a little portion down there. We have talked to Unisource as well as we'll talk to others. If there's emergency backup, wherever the power comes from, if we lose the large transmission lines like all of us lost last September, there's engineering that can be done where we can tie essentially our 69 kV voltage together with Unisources and pick up some of their load in the area just as well as Mohave Electric's load. And we intend to do that, but it's early on in the process still. We haven't got a commitment from Unisource yet, but we intend to do that, but it's early on in the process still. We haven't got a commitment from Unisource yet, but
but I understand that this is part of the process that MEC will go forward, and during the permitting, everything that, all the information, I mean, it's by law, they have to have public hearings and things like that, right?
yes, ma'am.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
So our rates are going up.
So while you're looking for that, I'm kind of in support of this. I want it as far away from the residential areas as possible.
If there's a way for us to get zoned farther up, we'll be glad to look at moving it farther north.
Okay, we'll have development services address that when they come to the podium.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This project's in my district. These are my folks. So this plant is not even in the territory that they're going to serve. These are right next to people's homes. The nearest home is about 1,150 feet away.
But I understand that this is part of the process that MEC will go forward, And during the permitting, everything that, all the information, I mean, it's by law, they have to have public hearings and things like that, right?
Ma'am.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
I took a picture of this. I don't know that I can actually show it on the overhead, but I guess I could pass it across the table of what these things look like.
Some pictures, sir, if you like.
Pardon me?
I have some pictures if you like to see what they look like.
I bet you do. But I could pass that across. This is on 73rd Avenue in Northern. This is just inappropriate for a residential neighborhood, is what it boils down to.
Am I allowed to answer that?
Order. Thank you.
I'm still speaking.
Tell your people to stop clapping, man.
It's not
That's my responsibility.
It's not your place to tell my folks to quit clapping.
I'll call for order.
But I understand that this is part of the process, that MEC will go forward, and during the permitting, everything that, all the information, I mean, it's by law, they have to have public hearings and things like that, right?
Ma'am.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
I'm not against power. I'm not against peakers. I just think they shouldn't be in residential neighborhoods.
Our livelihoods and our homes and our properties are at stake.
You know, find a better place for it. This is just a terrible place to put a power plant. And
Between the commission and now the board meeting, we've received a substantial number of letters and petitions in opposition.
I just think it's the wrong place for a power plant. Thank you.
Order. Thank you.
We heard from MEC that they would be willing to move this plant further away from the residential area if they could get the rezoning for that. Do you see any potential for getting that rezoning approved as a mitigating factor for approving the power plant?
We would be happy to, and we've been working with MEC on this, and we'd be happy to continue to work with MEC on finding a more suitable location if that's what the board would like us to do. Absolutely.
And I'm quoting this. MEC got lucky, not so much so for the Fort Mohave residential community. Now tell me this wasn't planned and we didn't get the end round.
Can I ask a question?
I oppose this being put where it's being put. You can put it anywhere you want, but not by our house.
Thank you.
MEC will go forward, and during the permitting, everything that, all the information, I mean, it's by law, they have to have public hearings and things like that, right?
Ma'am.